What's your strongest opinion that's not political, religious, or moral? Radio ads that have honking horns or sirens should be illegal. As should billboards. If I buy a car, I want to own it without paying a subscription to use the radio or heated steering wheel. Ads with the skip button are more effective than ones without. If an ad has a skip button, you can choose whenever you're interested in said product or not. This provides more clear info to advertisers too. An unskippable ad makes a person associate the company with a negative experience, therefore downgrading the company. Re-rack your weights, you meaningless excuse for intelligent life. If you take a shit at public toilets, flush! Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. People should learn that saying, "I don't know," is a perfectly acceptable thing to say. And very often the most accurate. What video game do you consider a masterpiece? Man, I miss Valve. Their games were designed in a way many developers could only dream of. They were revolutionary in almost everything they laid their hands on. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Super Metroid. Despite releasing in 1994, it still holds up amazingly well in almost all areas. Beautiful 16-bit graphics. Atmospheric soundtrack. Mostly intuitive level design. And a great story that doesn't rely on lengthy exposition. Only the controls are a bit unconventional and take some getting used to. But once you've gotten the hang of them, moving around feels great. Especially mastering wall jumping is very rewarding as it allows you to get certain items early. If you're a casual player, that's all you need to care about. But if you're a dedicated fan, there's also a veritable mountain of tricks, exploits and glitches to discover. This really works in the game's favor by adding way more depth to navigating the world. It allows for fun things like getting even more items early. https u2.be/leewaywisis0 or beating the game in 40 minutes. https u2.be/schneik0tfhbs or even crazy challenge runs like killing the 4 main bosses in reverse order. https www.youtube.com/watch v=sci_qwatu. And that's not even getting into the wonderful world of randomizers. http variabeta.pythonanywhere.com/ and ROM hacks. https://metroidconstruction.com/hacks.php, which allow for entirely new ways of playing by shuffling items or rebuilding the game from the ground up. If you like platformers and have somehow not played Super Metroid, absolutely consider doing so. Half-Life, 1998. StarCraft. Chrono Trigger. Reply with your drink of choice and a bartender will tell you what it says about you. What is your drink? Whiskey sour. Vodka cranberry. Chocolate milk, shaken, not stirred. Cherry martini. Gin and tonic. Dark and stormy with a nice aged rum. Dear men, what is a common misconception women have of the male body? Dated a woman who thought all men can grow a full-on beard given enough time. I can hardly grow any facial hair and nothing is gonna fix that. An erection can happen involuntarily and is not affirmative consent. My GF thought my D***CK goes in and out of my pelvis as if it was a retractable part. We're not all always horny. And us not being horny all the time doesn't mean we don't like you or aren't attracted to you. Sometimes you'll be in the mood while we're not. Please don't make it into a big deal. We get to say no, too. I remember someone asking if the size of a penis is that of a forearm. Maybe everyone else truly is a shower? But I had a girlfriend who legit laughed in my face about the size of my flaccid dick. She said it gets big when it's hard. But why does it get so tiny when it's soft? Maybe because you have the icy cold grip of death, woman. What seemingly innocuous thing have you said on Reddit that made people disproportionately angry? On my original Reddit account, I was downvoted to oblivion for saying that teens need to be careful when they send naked pics of themselves because the person on the other side of that text may be a sexual predator. First time on Reddit in 2015 and I posted something. I forget what. Without checking if someone already had. And sure enough, the first comment is about how it was a repost. I apologize. Don't remember the exact wording, but something as simple as, sorry, didn't notice, then delete the post. The guy replies with, fuck you and fuck your shitty useless apology, followed by at least 5 paragraphs of ranting about reposts and how Reddit is going to shit. I remember the comment took up all my computer screen. Haven't apologized to anyone on the internet since. I said I don't like ginger. Not the hair, the spice. People took great offense. I told them that critics didn't like Home Alone 1 when it came out. That was a literal fact. Quite a few classics had mixed reviews or initially negative ones on reception. It's a Wonderful Life and Blade Runner come to mind. I once made the mistake of posting that I thought it was taking a long time for a newly acquired goalie for my favorite NHL team to get a new set of appropriately colored pads. The insults and slurs that ensued, my God. I said that I wanted to learn more about Asian culture, as an Asian person. What ruins a movie? Loud-ass explosions and quiet-ass dialogue. Commercials. When actors take a sip of their drink. Why do they all suck at it and make it look so bad? When someone shoots a gun in a movie 100 times without reloading. Shitty ending. This can range from the "It Was All a Dream" to the Michael Bay classic, where the hero sacrifices himself to save everyone except he's not actually dead. This one works okay in kids' movies, but not action movies. Another one is The Power of Friendship, Love, Family, Fucking Anything, one where the main character is about to get sent to the Shadow Realm but finds some bullshit energy somewhere and beats up the bad guy. Absolute bollocks. Plot points that only work because characters don't explain a misunderstanding when they have an opportunity. Instead just saying, wait, I can explain, over and over so the misunderstanding gets ratified instead of resolved. It's overused and so frustrating to watch. Serious. What is your workplace horror story? Attention. Serious. Tag notice asterisk. Asterisk. Jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted. https www.reddit.com/r/askreddit/wiki/index#wiki_rule_6- in any comment, parent or child, parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour. And posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message, compose, to =r@AskReddit. If you have any questions or concerns. Was working a graveyard shift at a Comcast. May have been at the time. Call center. There were TVs everywhere with movies on. As there weren't many calls at midnight, suddenly all of the TVs shift to a channel change. Down to one of the paid porn channels. My coworkers and I spot this. And start chanting, click it, click it. The click goes through. Then the "Do you accept the charges" comes up. We chant again and wonder of wonders it goes through. Suddenly there's a full spread on every television in the call center. We spot two managers running full tilt across the cubicles. And shortly after it got shut off. Apparently the security guard thought the TV at his station was just for him. I whistleblew on my CEO who had allegedly stolen about $2 million from the company, which started an FBI investigation. After her failed suicide attempt, she began stalking employees and threatening to burn their houses down if they talked. A month later, her son was arrested for raping an underage girl. https://article/4667857/salt-lake-debate-coach-and-sex-with-student-ca. Say. Yeah, that was a fun few months. Edit. Added link as proof. And formatted. I worked at a supermarket for 6 years and I saw a few interesting things. This time when I was working nights for a couple of months I got to know the night team well. Generally sound guys, but there were a few I'd keep my distance from. It became apparent to me one morning when I was washing my hands and see something in the corner of my eye. A work shoe which contained a human shit. After reporting this and there being some investigations into the phantom shitter, it happened again. This time a colleague of mine discovered it, having unfortunately put his shoe on before realizing the shit. One other occasion a colleague had finished using the toilet and then realized that there was a shit strategically balanced on the hook on the cubicle door. Upon this being reported, it was realized that this person could be caught. CCTV. Once the security guard managed to narrow footage down, questioning began. However, nothing came from it and no one got caught. I know that when I left the job 10 months ago the culprit had neither owned up nor been caught. Word got out about 3 people that it could have been, but it just stopped being talked about and everyone moved on. Whether or not this person left, we will never know. All we know is that a man liked to shit into people's shoes and balance them on things. Formerly worked at a residential group home. My wife and I. Context. While we were employees, my wife was pregnant and kicked in the lower abdomen by a client. Suffered a miscarriage. The director and myself had a disagreement. He was a narcissist. We told him that we would like to adopt a client, 5-year-old, out of the group home. He did not like that because when the clients are adopted or moved the facility loses funding. He resorted to yelling at me and looked my wife square in the eyes and said, "How about next time you get pregnant, don't let it die? Think you could do that? If so, we won't have to have conversations like this." First time I ever spent the night in jail. And the first time he ever had a broken nose and eye socket. Worth it. Gonna keep names and places out of this because I still have an active NDA. Anyways, at the beginning of every summer we would have a big influx of new hires as students were getting out of school and people were generally just looking for work. Anyways, one of our new hires was the burly guy that looked like he was in his 30s, 40s. Dude had a sleeve of tattoos and wore a Confederate flag bandana. Anyways, he comes in on his first day and almost immediately gets on our supervisor for not doing anything. I don't know if this dude was aware that he was chirping at a supervisor. Supervisor ignores this for like 10 minutes before finally saying, "This is your first day. Do you really want to get a bad representative with your supervisor?" This dude keeps spouting off at the sup. All while the sup is telling him to just go home and he can try to come back tomorrow with a better attitude. Eventually the dude gets all up in the sup's face and pushes him. Sup has had enough at this point and goes in to slug the dude. Dude whips a gun out of the back of his pants and blasts the sup right in the stomach. Everyone flips out and starts running at this point. I immediately left through a window, so I don't know what happened next. But from what I heard, the dude with the gun just kinda stood there in shock like he didn't know what just happened. Cops came and surrounded the building and dragged the dude out. Supervisor survived but had to relearn how to walk. Subscribe, my brothers.